Hey, digital investors, what's going on? And welcome back to another video where we go over everything that is going on inside of the crypto space. We have a lot of things happening here over the past few days. We're going to hop right into it. If you're trying to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the crypto market space, we go over Bitcoin, altcoins. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell. It really does help me out a ton for growing the channel. Today, Bitcoin market dominance falls to the lowest level since mid 2018, which if you're altcoin heavy and you are holding lots of altcoins waiting for an alt season, seeing the Bitcoin dominance slip is something that you probably long anticipated. So right now, the market dominance of Bitcoin, with a market cap of just under $1 trillion, plummeted this week to levels unseen since mid 2018. Bitcoin now commands just 40.2% of the market, which is a stark change from a long period of mostly uninterrupted market dominance, well over 50% since summer of 2019, and yearly highs of 69.7% on January 4th. So we are now under that 50% level. And this article tries to tie it to Elon Musk and tweeting about Tesla and Bitcoin, but we're not going to talk about that right now because we've already talked about it, and I'm sure you guys have seen a lot about it. But anyways, guys, to keep on your radar, the Bitcoin dominance is falling to some of the lowest levels we've seen since 2018. We also have Bitcoin Ether dive while some alternative cryptocurrencies hit record highs. Ether, which is the second largest crypto by market cap, is positioned to log its first weekly loss since the end of March. So Ether was on a consecutive, week after week after week in the green. Now, we have, just look at this Ether chart, right? What a beautiful chart. If you are holding Ether, this is some great gains. And, right at this point, it looks like, we were definitely due for something, right? And of course, with cryptocurrency, sometimes they can act irrational much longer than we can stay level-headed. But it looks like Ether is retracing at an area where it looks like it should be retracing. So Bitcoin has also fallen down 5.88% in the past 24 hours to below $48,000 after having logged a 6-week-long winning streak. Ether set to end the week on a down note, which isn't that bad, right? I mean, look at all of these gains we have gotten. I don't think it's the end of the world at all that now, we're going to break that winning streak. At some point we knew we were going to have to break it, unless we go straight up forever, and that's not good because things don't go straight up forever. So as for Bitcoin, the balance of that crypto held on major exchanges is increasing again after dropping for more than a year. So for the most part, when there's a lot of crypto on exchanges, most people see that as a bearish indicator, right? The people are leaving it on exchanges to sell when a lot of people are taking off exchanges, maybe going to paper wallets, hardware wallets, things like that. Then people say it's bullish because the idea is, they're going to be holding it for the long term. So with that said, some analysts are interpreting this sign as a bearish sign for the market, as it could show Bitcoins are available to sell on exchanges. So if we take a look at this chart right here, you guys see this light gray line? That light gray line is just the price of Bitcoin, so you can pretty much just ignore that. But you can see that while the price of Bitcoin started going up from this crash in March, the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges started going down. And they plotted this line here, and you can see, if you follow this down to the end, that we are no longer respecting that trend line. There is more Bitcoin going onto the exchanges. So meanwhile, the winners of the day appear to be tokens of so-called Ethereum killers and layer 2 scaling projects, as some of those tokens have logged new all-time highs on Saturday. The price of scaling solution Polygon, which used to be called Matic, was up by more than 22% in the past 24 hours, hitting a high of $1.87. Matic has also chalked a 100-fold rise, with its market cap rising to more than $8.96 billion. At the same time, prices of tokens for smart contract platforms such as Cardano's ADA and Cosmos's Atom were also on the rise. The network congestion on the Ethereum blockchain has increased demand for Ethereum alternatives, as well as layer 2 scaling projects like Polygon, which has sent their tokens prices skyrocketing. So pretty interesting stuff. Let me know if you guys are holding any type of tokens that are in that, Ethereum killer category or scaling solution category. How do you guys feel about Matic? How do you feel about some of these cryptocurrencies? And we also have Samsung adds support for hardware wallets on Galaxy devices. So we know that they were already doing some stuff with crypto and crypto wallets, but now they're going to be supporting hardware wallets. So let's go and check this out. Samsung has added a new support assets for blockchain users with hardware wallets this week. The move will impact mobile Galaxy owners, allowing them to use third-party hardware wallets with the Samsung blockchain wallet app. Samsung has sought out to explicitly provide hardware support for Ledger Nano S and X. The company stated that they plan to support more cold storage wallets moving forward. So, as for right now, you have the Ledger Nanos, and we'll see what they support going forward. In 2019, Samsung released the Samsung blockchain and dedicated crypto wallet support. The company rolled out the blockchain software in tandem with the Galaxy S10. A major focal point for the blockchain offering is the included software development kit. The kit opened the door for Samsung to support developers in creating decentralized apps. A major emphasis of the Samsung blockchain is security. This comes by the company's self-described Samsung Knox and trusted execution environment. Knox is a secure holding space for crypto users that is separate from the main operating system. It's accessible only via PIN or biometric authentication. Knox is essentially a secure processor dedicated to protecting your PIN, password pattern, and blockchain private key, as Samsung describes it. And the update to begin supporting cold storage wallets will be applicable for Galaxy users running Android 9.0 and above. So some pretty cool stuff. Samsung going to support hardware wallets, starting off with Ledger, Nano S, Nano X, and we'll see what they support in the future. I'm sure they'll probably at some point, get Trezor support on there, maybe a few others, but it makes sense that they start off with at least Ledger, because I think, this is just me thinking, but I think Ledger might be the most popular hardware wallet. I might be wrong, but I think most people out there buy Ledgers as their first wallet. Also, guys, just want to let you guys know, if you haven't checked out the Patreon yet, go and check it out. I will leave a link in the description. We have our next deep dive going out tomorrow. So I do a few different things here, including deep dives. I'll show you guys my portfolio, some updates, things like that. And the next deep dive is coming out tomorrow. Again, if you want to check it out and see what we're doing here and everything like that, you guys can read more here, and I'll leave it linked in the description. We also have record Grayscale discount might mean bargain Bitcoin for retail traders. So basically what's going on is the Bitcoin, the GBTC on Grayscale is basically trading on sale. So let's check this out. A closely tracked ratio in crypto markets known as the Grayscale Premium flipped earlier this year to a discount, and it has widened this week to a gaping 21%, which is the highest level on record. For retail traders or anyone with access to a brokerage account, the growing disparity might present an opportunity to buy Bitcoin on the cheap. The Grayscale discount represents the difference between the price of the underlying Bitcoin assets and the value that's implied from the price of the trust's shares. The bet some traders could be making now is that the discount would evaporate if Grayscale receives approval from the SEC to convert the trust to an ETF. If that happened, if they were able to convert to an ETF, according to an analyst, the shares might quickly climb back toward the price of the underlying Bitcoin, allowing traders to recapture the discount as a profit while still booking any gains from the cryptocurrency itself. Almost seems like to me like the play here is a form of arbitrage, right? Where they could buy for cheaper than usual, and then they could sell once a couple of things happen, right? If they got switched to an ETF, they could sell, and not only sell at at the fair value for Bitcoin, but maybe it would go back to that Grayscale Premium. So you could buy the Grayscale discount, and if it went even up to a Grayscale Premium, now you could sell that premium. So investors looking for long-term passive Bitcoin exposure are probably better off buying GBTC over spot Bitcoin once you get paid to wait more via the discount than you pay in excess fees. And that comes from David Grider from Fundstrat. So pretty interesting stuff. And here's the Grayscale Trust GBTC Premium. And as we can see, it's kind of falling off a cliff here, right? Lowest levels that we have ever seen. So interesting stuff for that. This is also pretty interesting. A century-old investment bank this bank is called Cohen, will offer crypto custody services. Cohen is planning to offer crypto custody services, but for hedge funds and asset managers. This is in a statement published Thursday. The firm is 103 years old, and they say that it has partnered with PolySign to provide crypto services for institutional clients. This partnership will allow the bank to use the solutions provided by institutional grade custody and settlement platform for digital assets, Standard Custody and Trust, which is a subsidiary of PolySign. Cohen says it is also investing $25 million into PolySign, which will form part of the $53 million fundraising round to support the development of institutional blockchain applications. The bank is venturing into digital asset custody services, and the CEO, Jeffrey Solomon, says that as as digital assets grow and mature as an asset class, investors are looking for trusted custody and trading solutions comparable to those in traditional securities. And he tells Bloomberg that if you're an institutional investor with a fiduciary requirement, the bar is extremely high for you to put investments in any asset that does not have a clear chain of custody that you can access at a moment's notice. Even if you had a view on the asset class, if you can't demonstrate custody, then you cannot trade it. And we also have Mark Cuban responding to Elon Musk. He says Bitcoin and crypto will benefit society and the environment. He says that his NBA franchise will continue to accept Bitcoin as payment despite Elon Musk's recent announcement that Tesla won't. And Cuban tells his Twitter followers that as a store of value, Bitcoin is better than gold for an environment alternative. He also argues that the largest crypto by market cap will benefit society. So here's a tweet from M. Cuban. He retweeted Elon Musk's tweet with that Tesla and Bitcoin announcement. He says, "We at Mavs will continue to accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge because we know that replacing gold as a store of value will help the environment." And he links to a few different links. Shrinking big bank and coin usage will benefit society and the environment. He also goes on to note that Maverick fans are buying thousands of dollars per week in tickets and merchandise via Bitcoin. So I guess it is working, right? People are spending their money with cryptocurrencies. Mark Cuban willing to hold on and continue accepting those cryptocurrencies. Again, we'll see what comes out of all of this. Our fear and greed index for today. Oh man, we are seeing the most fear that we have ever saw since the bear market right now. And I feel kind of good to say this, but we are at number 20 and we are at extreme fear. Yesterday we were at 27 at fear, but we have dipped into extreme fear. You guys have heard me talking about a sentiment reset for a while here. And, a few weeks ago we dipped into, it was just fear, right? It wasn't extreme fear. I think we're in like the 30s. And, we're talking about whether or not, could that be enough to refresh the sentiment? Was that enough shaking out? Apparently it was not, because now we are in extreme fear. And finally, for one time, I see that most new retail investors are not out there screaming to buy the dip, right? This whole run, people have screamed from the rooftops to buy the Bitcoin dip. And ever since we've started going sideways in this range for the first time, I see a lot of uncertainty. And the longer we go in this range and the more bad news that comes out, right? Bad, I mean, that's up to you. But if you consider the Elon Musk and Tesla news bad, the Square news bad, then this is like the first time we have been having some uncertainty and retail is not screaming to buy the dip. So really interesting dynamics going on right now in the crypto space. And let's check out some prices. Bitcoin at 47,000, Ethereum at 3,500, Binance Coin at 570, Cardano at $2.22, XRP at $1.46. It also looks like Cardano has flipped XRP again. And Dogecoin is sitting at 50 cents. Tether all the way down to number 7. Polkadot at $41, Bitcoin Cash at $1,100, and Litecoin at $300. We also have Chainlink at $40, and Stellar has been doing pretty good the past few days, sitting at a nice 71 cents. With that said, guys, that is the video for today. If you enjoyed it, please tap the like button. The like button really helps a ton in growing this channel and reaching more people. Also, make sure you check out the Patreon. We have our next deep dive coming out tomorrow, and trust me, you are not going to want to miss it. This is probably one of my, or at least probably one of the most interesting crypto projects that I think is out there. So I'm really excited to cover it for you guys and show you what's going on with it. With that said, Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm just having some fun with you guys, documenting this daily crypto news and this crypto bull run. We truly are living in a crazy, crazy time in general, but for crypto, I mean, man, this is just one of those crazy, crazy times for crypto. So with that said, guys, hope you're all doing well. Hope you guys are crushing the day, and I'll see you on the next one.